let's take a look at Microsoft Teams and how we create teams and channels, and we'll take a look at a couple of features that are there as well. So to create a team and or a channel in Microsoft Teams, we go over to Teams and we click on this button right here, join or create a team. So there's a different concept here inside Teams where we can go join a team that we're not a part of right from here, and we can create a new team as well. So we'll click on that. We have a few options here. We can create a team. We can join a team with a code, and I'll show you that in a minute. This is just a code that's created inside a team, and then you can give that code out to folks via email or text or whatever, or another channel, and say, hey, go join this team. Here's the code for it. And so they don't have to go hunt for it. They would just plug in the code and join the team. And then we have what they call public. Then they have what they call public teams as well. All right. And that's going to be displayed here. But we're really interested right here in creating a team. So let's create a team. There's two options here. We can build a team from scratch, or we can create from an existing Office 365 group or team that's already created. Let's build a team from scratch, and let me just show you what's next. We have private. That's a private team is people need to have permission to join. Okay, in other words, you have to add them to the team, manually add them. You can create a public team. That's anybody can join that team, and then the channels underneath the team. Okay, and then and they're searchable through a portal as well and inside Microsoft Teams. And then you can create an org-wide team as well. And this is basically everyone's automatically a member of that team. So that would be like a distribution list, an org-wide distribution list, kind of like that. And maybe public would be like a distribution list that's for a department, and then private is something that has to be the owner, moderator, owner of that team needs to add you to that team. So let's create a private team. All right, we can give our team a name, give it a description, and then we create. Pretty simple. Okay, now we can add members to this team. So we would start searching for members. Okay, maybe one was, add Lynn in here, so I could do that. And then I would just start adding people right here. John Adams. Okay, and then within here, as I'm creating this team, I can click this box here and I can make them an owner. So maybe I want two owners to this team or something like that. I can make someone else an owner. And that's basically it. That's how we create a team inside Microsoft Teams. And you can see there's the general channel that's opened as well as the first channel inside that team. And then let's just go real quick and manage this team quickly over here. And I want to show you the channel settings. Okay, I want you to just take a look at this. We can add a picture if we want to change the picture. Let's say, we want to change a picture. Let's see if we have any pictures here. Okay, I'll choose my little mug there. Okay, we can do member permissions, so we can kind of control, do we want to let everyone update channels? Do we want to allow members to delete and restore channels? So we can take those away if we want to. Remove apps, add members and create update to remove tabs. Remember the tabs up here. Owners can delete all messages. So those are the message owners. We can give the members the option to delete their messages, and on and on. I won't read through all these. You can stop this video and kind of take a look at the very comprehensive list of controls inside Microsoft Teams. Here's our guest permissions. We'll be talking more about that later, but these are people outside our organization. At mentions, who can do at mentions. There's the team code. So remember I showed you earlier, if you wanted to create a team or join a team, you could generate a code, and then you can give this code out and give it out to a distribution list or something like that, and say, hey, go join this team. Here's the code for it, and they could join the team with the code. Okay, you can't send this thing outside. It should say here, yeah, guests are not able to join. And then here's fun stuff. Here's the Giphies and stickers and things like that if you want to be able to control those, and you can apply the restrictions to those particular Giphies and things like that for the team. Okay, so that's it. Now, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and delete this team. Everything will be deleted. Okay, we just deleted a team. The way we restore a team and channels in that team in Microsoft Teams is we go to the admin portal. You can't do this from a user. And you go over to the Exchange admin, recipients, and then groups. And you look at all your groups. Remember, every team is a group in the background. And we see this team was deleted today. We just deleted it. And I click on that team, and then I can click here to restore. Okay, once I click there to restore, it's going to take about 24 hours for that team to then show up again. That is how you restore a Microsoft team and channels under that team. And let's create another one, and we're going to do it a little bit different this time. We'll create a team, and this time we'll create from an existing. Okay, so this is kind of neat because if you have a team, let's say marketing team, and they have, it has 100 people in it already, and you want to just model, you want the same 100 people to be part of this team, you can go this route. Okay, you can pick a team. I want it based on my marketing team. Okay, and then you can go through the same things again. Now, it gives you the chance to, the opportunity to add what's in the, if you're modeling after another team, do you want to copy all the channels? Maybe not. Maybe you're just interested in copying, making sure the same people in that team are part of this team. Okay, maybe you want to copy the members here, the team settings, all those things that we just looked at, the settings, Giphies and stickers, and who can, maybe you have a template in one of the teams and you like how everything is set up and you want to copy that. You have that as well. And then you can also, there's this concept of groups. So this is kind of be akin to distribution list if you're familiar with Outlook. But inside Office 365, you can create groups. There's security groups, there's distribution groups, there's Office 365 groups, and we're specifically talking about Office 365 groups here. And these are groups that maybe you set up, maybe admin set up, like all people in marketing or things like that. You can also do them inside Outlook. So inside Outlook, you have this group thing, and you can create a new group. And maybe you're creating a new group because you want a distribution list, things like that inside. That's what you would think of inside Outlook. But groups inside Teams are more, and even if you create them here, they're more for collaboration. In other words, things in the background get created for that group. For example, a SharePoint site. Okay, so just think of that here. Okay, I think we did justice there as far as just the high level stuff on creating a team. Okay, let's take a look at WebEx Teams and how we create a team and spaces here. So we go to our Teams menu or icon, and we click this little plus right here. That's going to create a team. We can name this team. This is test team. And we'll give it a name or description and create team. Okay, it's that easy. So vast difference between Microsoft and WebEx. So here's my team, and then from here I can come over here and I can add moderators. Okay, so let's add a moderator. How about Jessica? Okay, we'll add that moderator. There she is. Now we can add more spaces right here, and we can add team members, okay? So I can add moderators here when I create the team, and then I can add team members. So maybe I want to add a team member here. Let's add that team member. And then from here, I can right mouse click and I can remove from team, send a message, or make moderator. So maybe I want to make another moderator. Remember, moderators are people akin to owners in Microsoft Teams. They can add channels, delete messages, and they have a little extra rights. Add members so they can add other members. So only a moderator can add other members to a team. Okay, so let's say we don't want this person at all, so we want to remove them from the team altogether. Let's say we do the same for Jessica. Let's remove from the team. Okay, and let's just go take a look over here at the team itself. Go over here in spaces. Okay, there's the two. Excuse me. Let's go back over here. It's Anson's test team, and there's the space. We can create a new space if we want to. So here, if we wanted to create another space, we could do that here too. Let's create a space, test space. All right, now we have another space there. All right, and let's go over here. Let's have, we can look at notifications real quick. We can view the space policy. What else should we look at here? Remove space from team. We can do that. Archive space, meeting capabilities. There's our meeting capabilities for this space. Usually comes from the owner who actually created the space, or it's the meeting, they call it the meeting sponsor. That's who created the space. That's where the meeting capabilities come from. So we can see Anson here does have advanced meetings. So, up to 200 users now. I think it's even grown more than that. But anyway, we can also within here, let's say on this space here, oh, that's clicking as favorites. Let me see. Edit space settings right here. And in space settings, we can go ahead and give it a, we can give it a picture there. So we can set that for each particular space. Right. We can change a name as well. Okay, save. There we go. And we can also add another picture to this guy if we wanted to, just right here. Okay, we'll do that as well. And what else? Let's go and team members, spaces. What else can we take a look at here? Let's go to back out here. We can change the space name here. Maybe we need some spaces in there. And then we could create further description if we needed that. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can see from the space, you kind of add the users and the moderators, or the members and moderators, and there's not many things in the space that you can change. You don't need a lot. I mean, it's this is simple and um, not feature rich, but it's simple, and that's, I think, that's the point. We can definitely go into each space in the team, and then go down a little bit, and set some settings for that particular space. Moderation, or the announcement mode, that's going to suppress everybody from posting messages in the space. It's only going to allow the moderators to do it. We can archive team here, and things like that. So let's go ahead and delete a space. Okay, remove space from team. Let's do that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and um, archive the team completely. Okay, there's this concept of archiving the team in WebEx. There's not a delete. The delete will happen later after you archive it and things age out, but then I can bring back that team. You can see I've practiced a little bit on the same team name there, and I can bring back that team if I want to. So that's how you do teams and spaces in WebEx Teams. Okay, I think my assessment here is Microsoft Teams certainly has just a ginormous set of features. I mean, with the private channels, the public channels, the way you can have settings and control the things that your members can do in the channel, I definitely give them high marks for that. Now, on the WebEx Teams side, at first when I thought about this, I said, well, Microsoft Teams is just so far ahead because of the feature richness and all the bells and whistles that you can do when you create teams and create spaces and all the controls. However, in WebEx Teams, I believe the benefit of WebEx Teams is its simplicity and lack of features. Let me tell you why. That may sound a little crazy, but we're in a disruptive type time right now when it comes to unified communications because everything is collapsing and going and marching towards these Teams applications, whether it be Slack, HipChat, Microsoft Teams, WebEx Teams, Chime. Everybody's kind of doing this and collapsing everything into there. So, what does that mean? That means that people haven't digested how these things work yet. Too many features may be overwhelming and may hurt adoption rates. One of the things we want with unified communications is we want to drive adoption. Okay, that's the hard thing to do. The difficult thing in an enterprise when you have 20, 30, 40, 80,000 users is driving adoption because adoption to unified communication then creates this teamwork and gets the engine flowing within the enterprise and gets work done. Simply said, it gets work done because it helps people communicate effectively, quickly, and promptly to drive particular projects to close, whether that be a project for one of your customers or an internal project or what have you. So adoption, in my view, the simplicity of WebEx Teams, and it's probably not on purpose, it's just that they haven't developed enough stuff inside WebEx Teams yet, but it may be a highlight to that platform because its simplicity and there's not a lot of fuss there. So in the end, I was going to give Microsoft Teams a 10 and I was going to give WebEx Teams like a 5 because the disparity of the feature set was just so vast. However, after thinking about things and adoption rates in this disruptive technology, I'm going to put them a little closer to proximity to each other, and I did a 10 to 9 on the creating of teams. And then channels just kind of goes in there. I kind of put it separately here, but I did the same thing, 10 to 9 there. So on the average here, or the average of these two is going to be 10, 9. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If I'm crazy or you have some other challenges to what I'm saying, please put the comments below so folks can chime in and see what you think. Thanks.